Hey guys, back in the garage. It's a Friday night, about 7 o'clock. Just pulled the CRV in, Wagon Hunter. Here she is. Boom. It's a 99 CRV manual. Has about 180,000 miles on it. It's pretty much stock. There's only a few things done to it. It has a short shifter and a shift knob. And then it has a different engine, which is kind of some of you might say it's a downgrade. There it is. Looks like a B20, right? Well, it's actually a LS engine. I did an LS engine in it. The B20 that was in there was burning oil like crazy, and I knew I was going to turbo this thing long term, so I picked up LS so I wouldn't have to worry about the sleeves on it. And I rebuilt it. So new piston rings, new bearings, just honed it out, new valve stem seals in it, and then it has just a clutch and ARP head studs. Other than that, it's 100% stock. And yeah, just gonna do some maintenance on it, get it ready for this winter, and then possibly start on installing the turbo kit. But we'll see how far we get. Check in later. All right, so I did some maintenance on the CRV. Basically what I had to do is a lower ball joint on this, and then it's been sitting so long that I'm gonna have to throw some rotors and pads on this thing. They're just too rusty, which isn't a big deal at all. Everything's apart. I started taking the exhaust manifold off to get ready for the turbo kit install. There's the lower portion. Got that part off there. Still have to take the cat off. Then I just took out one of the exhaust manifold studs and nuts, which I need to take these studs out anyway, so I'm glad that it came out with the nut. So I'm just going to get started on taking the rest of those out, and I'll show you guys when I get a little bit farther along. Alright, I got the exhaust studs out. You just double nut them, just like that. Then you can spin them all out. So I got the pile there. Got all, it's probably too dark to see. Got all those out. The reason I need to take those out is I'm going to run these Allens here, and it's because this eBay manifold is so much thicker that there's like no threads on those at all. So I do have to go in and cut the block in there to make this compressor housing fit. So that'll probably be next. Probably do that tomorrow though. It's already like 10 o'clock. But it's going down. We're installing it now. Hey guys, I'm not sure where I left off last, but I do have some more stuff done on the CRV Wagon Hunter. Here is the block. Not sure how good you can see that. I had to cut this little webbing off here and then inside here on the block. It's just like webbing. It's not actual anything that's going to make a difference whether it's there or not. I don't think anyway. And that's just to fit the compressor housing in there. If you have a smaller turbo, you probably don't have to worry about that so much. Other thing is, I was looking at this, my light. With these eBay turbo manifolds and turbos, and I'm not sure if it's just them or all of these. Haven't really messed with it too much, but look how tight this clearance is here, and I don't even have this bolt in over here. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do to actually to assemble this is I'm gonna have to clock this back like that, forward I guess, put that bolt in, get it tightened down. I'm actually gonna shave this head a little bit. It's kind of recessed. I'm just gonna make that flat. I'm gonna have to install the restrictor, clock the turbo back, then I can put the oil fitting on there, and then I can tighten everything up, which is kind of a pain, but I guess that's just is what it is. I got the oil drain alignment right here, pointing down towards the pan. Oil drain pointing towards the pan there. And then I have my extra pan over here, which I already drilled out. Drilled the pan out. You can see right there. And I make it just big enough so that I can actually thread this in. So I have that threaded in. I still need to seal that so it doesn't actually leak. But so the pan's ready. Got to mess with the turbo stuff a little bit, and then I did get the intercooler kind of test fitted up there. Kind of see it. I made some brackets here to hold it. Got to trim this one off right there. And then as far as the piping goes, I got my U-bends here. And this one is gonna sneak in this little cubby here and go in. I'm gonna butt that right up to here. I kind of marked where I need to cut that at so it'll fit everything in. But then I have my 2.5 pipe right here that I'm going to make. It's gonna come out of the top here, come out, do a 90, and then just a 90 back up into the hole right here, which will then go up into the throttle body. So gonna get working on some more stuff and get some stuff mounted up. I think I have the sensor out of the back of the block. I got it somewhere around here. I'm not sure where. I don't know. You guys know what they look like though. So I had to take that out, and I got my rest of my oil feed set up here as well. As you can see, this is kind of how I do them. Lay this down on the ground here so you can see it. So what I do is I just have the one fitting here. 8th MPT goes into the back of the block. And then I run this line straight up to a T. And then my oil pressure sensor there. And then this one comes out and is going to actually run to my turbo itself. So I'm gonna get working some more. I need to get this thing going. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought, but it is what it is. You just gotta keep going along and work through the little kinks and hiccups that you run into. Keep you guys updated. Hey, we're back. A couple updates here. I got the oil fitting in the back of the block, and then I ran the 4AN line up the firewall, and then I assembled the T here. So I have oil pressure switch to the T, 8th MPT to 4AN into the line that goes to the back of the block. Then I have a 90 of 8th to 4AN fitting, and that's going to hook up the oil feed line to the turbo. So that will run around. Got the oil pan over here, gooped up and drying. Then I got the turbo and manifold pretty much assembled here. I use this ultra copper gasket maker. I don't actually like using steel gaskets, so I guess the stainless ones are good, but this seemed to blow out on me, so I like using this stuff. I've never had an issue with it. So I got that connected there. Got the turbo clocked back and tight. Got the oil drain fitting on there. Then I got the oil feed restrictor in there. And then I was telling you guys I was going to have to shave that bolt. I ended up shaving both the bolts, the one from the manifold to the turbo and the one that holds the oil feed down, the plate down. I don't know if you can see that. See how tight that tolerance is right there. But it works, and that's all that matters. We just need it to work. So that stuff's drying. I'm probably going to start taking the oil pan off, the old oil pan. Just get that out of there. Then once the one's dry, I can throw that up, and then I can mount the turbo, the manifold to the block and everything. And then I just got to connect the two oil lines, oil feed and the oil drain, and then the turbo is pretty much plumbed at that point. I can start working on the charge piping. But yeah, I can do some more stuff and keep you guys updated. Alright, we're back in the garage. It snowed last night. It is cold out. It's about 29, 30 degrees out. I'm going to give you an update on what we got done so far. Got the oil pan on. Got the oil line run. Turbo is mounted. Been messing around with the intake setup for the turbo. I got something that works. It's not what I'm going to run long term, but I need to get driving this CRV. The fit does not like the winter, especially with those Dunlop street tires on there, summer tires. So I'm going to show you guys what we got here. Here is the intake setup so far. It's just a little, it's actually just like a regular intake. I just got stuck on there with this nice CRV hood clearance here. This is definitely clear for now. It's not what I'm going to run. That's in there. I got some slim fans I got to mount up. That should be done. Intercooler's still the same. I'll show you guys the oil pan setup here. Got the oil pan on. Drain, run. Man, it is really tight to the downpipe. I really should have gone the long way around. It's really tight, but is what it is. Can't really complain too much. Got this pipe in here for charge piping, the 90 right off the turbo. I got to shorten that up. That should be good. Got some stuff over here I'm welding. Gonna weld up, final weld up this flange and the dump tube. I'm still gonna have to add a little to the end, but we're getting there. Got some new brakes. Gotta wrap this up though. Getting close. Getting close. I think maybe work on it today, part of the day tomorrow. We should be good to go. All right, I got a few things welded up over here. We'll take a look. Have the wastegate adapter flange deal that I made. Got that guy all welded up. Got the top of the dump tube flange welded up, which I will have to add more to that end. Then I have the upper charge pipe tacked. I had to actually shorten it a little bit because this bottom section didn't make it into the hole. So I'm going to weld that flange on, then the upper pipe will be done. Then I finished, not all the way finished, but got the lower pipe, goes around and into the turbo down there. I do have to weld one spot down there where the 90 connects. Then the lower pipe will be done. So this lower one will be done once I weld that. Once I weld the upper, that will be done into this hole. And I'll just have to do from the hole here to this upper section. So just 90 and then another 90. Then all the charge piping will be done. And then I can mount the wastegate. Need to still add a little to the dump at the bottom. And I still have to add some to the downpipe to connect to the exhaust. And then I got to weld these. These aren't actual O2 bungs, but they're the right thread and everything. So I'm going to weld both of those on. One for the wideband, one for the actual O2. I don't know if I showed you guys this. I got this here. This E-cutout, electronic E-cutout. Because I am running stock exhaust on here. So I'm going to try to put this in. I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. But I've heard good things and bad things about these, so I'm willing to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. I can always hack it out and just run some regular exhaust. But I think I'm going to try that as well. Alright, it's lunchtime, so I'm going to go get some food. We got the upper charge pipe all welded up. Of course, I blew a hole right on top where everybody's going to see it, so that's always fun. Check this out. Oh yeah, nice little goober right there. Great. But that's in there. I'm shadowing. Going down to the hole. Then I got this pipe over here, the lower charge pipe. That one's all tacked up. I'll weld that when I get back from lunch. Well, yeah, once I weld that up, I'll just have the upper charge piping to do to connect the intercooler to the upper pipe. And man, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. This is going to be a blast.